Welcome students. This presentation covers the topic of subject-verb agreement in detail. As we go through all the concepts, I hope by the end of it you understand it and are able to solve the exercises independently. Happy learning! As a rule, the verb in a sentence always agrees with the subject in number and person. If the subject is singular, the verb is singular. For example, the baby cries. If the subject is plural, the verb is also plural. For example, babies cry. Sometimes it is difficult to tell whether the subject is singular or plural. Two or more singular subjects connected by and usually take a verb in the plural. For example, Rahul and Ravi are here. If two singular nouns refer to the same person or thing, the verb must be singular. For example, my friend and neighbor is here. If two subjects together express one idea, the verb may be in the singular. For example, the long and short of the matter is that she has decided to return. Two or more singular subjects connected by or, nor, neither, nor, either or take a verb in the singular. For example, neither Rita nor I was prepared. When the subjects joined by or, nor take different persons, the verb agrees in person with the one nearest to it. For example, either he or I am to blame. When the subjects joined by or, nor are of different numbers, the verb must be plural, and the plural subject must be placed next to the verb. For example, neither Susan nor her parents were ready. If two or more singular subjects are preceded by each, every one of, many a, none, nobody, somebody, either or neither, then the verb is in singular. For example, each child wants an ice cream. A collective noun takes a singular verb when the collection is thought of as a whole. For example, the jury has agreed to our proposal. However, when the collection is thought of as separate individuals, a plural verb is used. For example, a number of members were absent. Nouns which are plural in form but singular in meaning, like news, takes a singular verb. For example, the news is true. Class names such as furniture or stationery take a singular verb. For example, the furniture is of good quality. When a plural number applies to distances, heights, and weights, it is taken as a whole and is therefore treated as a singular. For example, $10 million is a lot of money. The quantifier many refers to numbers and is plural. For example, many students were late. On the other hand, much refers to amounts and is thus singular. For example, much of the rice was saved from pests. Fractions take a plural verb if the reference is to number. For example, some of the girls are sick. However, if the reference is to amount or quantity, fractions take a singular verb. As example, some milk has curdled. Words in which two components are always thought of together, like scissors, shoes, or trousers, take a singular verb. For example, the pair of trousers is mine. On the other hand, when we omit the words a pair of, the same words then take a plural verb. As example, my shoes are wet. With that, we come to the end of the lesson subject-verb agreement. Hope you all have understood. Thank you.